candied, bacon-wrapped pretzel rods with a homemade spicy honey mustard dipping sauce. Super Bowl's right around the corner. This might be the simplest barbecue recipe that you can ever make, and it's got bacon. Got some pretzel rods here, got some bacon. Do not buy expensive bacon for this recipe. Thinner the better. Now what I like to do is kind of leave a little bit down here to hold on to, and then just gonna wrap it around. I'm telling you, of all the recipes you've seen me make, this one might be the easiest so far. Just coming around, overlapping, and that's all we're going to do for each of these guys. I mean, seriously, it couldn't be any simpler than just what I'm doing here, right? Now I've got 1 cup of brown sugar. And we're going to have a little cayenne pepper. Now, this can be optional for you, but I like just a little heat to offset that sweetness. Maybe a half a teaspoon. Just mix it in together. Pretty simple, right? Kind of spread it out. And you guessed it, pretty simple. What we're going to do is just cover each of these pretzels with that bacon, the sugar, and the cayenne pepper. We'll stick right to it. And that's how we get the candied. Just cover each side with this brown sugar. And cayenne, of course. We've got our last pretzel here, all sugared up, right? You can see we've got some left here, probably half of it. Don't throw that away yet. See this badger barrel, and that hickory is doing a great job on the smoke. You can see we got our badger barrel running at 250 degrees. Now I'm just going to place these guys on this badger barrel. Give them a little bit of space. And there's our last 2. Just spread them out a little bit, just a little, right? Now let's get the lid on. 2/3 cup stone ground mustard. Here we've got 1/2 of a cup of honey. And we've got 1. Oh, we're getting to the bottom of this one. About 2. Oh, don't you love that sound? 3. I'm going with roughly, if I can get it out of this bottle, 4 teaspoons. Tablespoons rather. Yellow mustard. Now, we've got a little sriracha. I say tablespoon. And then we're coming with just a little black pepper. We're not going to need any salt because of the pretzel and the bacon. Last but not least, about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of lemon juice. Now I'm just going to be careful because my bowl is not big enough, but I just want to get this all blended in for this spicy honey mustard dipping sauce for these pretzels. You can see that honey and that stone ground mustard just gives it a beautiful color. You can see, there we are, 30 minutes. These guys don't have much longer at all. Just look at the color. But earlier I told you not to throw away all that extra sugar. We're going to put a little bit more on here. This fire will heat it up. It'll melt in. It'll be awesome. Just a little bit more on there. And I'm starting to, these barrel cookers, you leave the lid off too much, they start to flare up, and this one's starting to flare up. So I'm going to get this lid back on real quick like. And there's what our pretzels look like up close. You can see that sugar is nice and caramelized. Our bacon's all done. Let's get these guys off here. Just going to dip her in our mustard sauce here. You get the crunch from that pretzel, and then you know what? bacon. Hey, the smoke is mild. Of course, you get mustard, right? That's obvious. You get that honey and then a little kick from the hot sauce. There you go. Really simple football season barbecue appetizer.